How well do you know your rights? Welcome to Blue Line Unlimited Edition. I'm your host, Swomanona, and thanks for watching. In this edition of Blue, we will audit Live PD, a lesson on police canines, true and false alerts. Let's get started.
That's the sound of the police. That's the sound of the beast. That's the sound of the police. That's the sound of the beast. That's the sound of the police. That's the sound of the beast. That's the sound of the police. That's the sound of the beast.
The TV show, Live PD, is simply a very entertaining PR campaign and psychological operation, or Psy-op, to train the public masses to be naively obedient and cooperative to law enforcement, and to comply no matter the circumstances. This TV show Psy-op is meant to train us to believe that it is lawful everyday practice for law enforcement to violate people's rights, because they believe the ends justify the means.
Just as driving this vehicle here, minor traffic equipment out, but then again it's driving way under speed limits, 40. We were going 30 at one point, so I'm gonna go ahead and say hi to this one, see what's going on. Deputy Williams County Sheriff's Office, news your license and insurance.
Do not answer questions. The first thing you should respectfully ask the officer is, what am I being pulled over for, or, what is the reason for the stop? Without this information, you do not know if the officer is giving you a lawful order to provide driver's license, proof of insurance, and registration information. If you have not violated the law, you have no lawful obligation to provide this information to law enforcement, even in stop and ID states. The information you provide to officers may provide them with probable cause to search you and your property, write you citations, or even to arrest you.
My license, I think, might still be suspended.
Okay.
But I have my ID.
Have you ever been arrested for it before? Let me ask you that. For that status.
In Williamson County.
Okay. When was the last time you were arrested for it?
It was years ago.
Okay, fair enough. When's the last time you were stopped? For anything at all in general?
Here, the officer is clearly fishing, as he has not clearly articulated a reason for the stop. When you freely give information to the officer, you further incriminate yourself, just as this driver has done. Again, the information you provide to officers may provide them with probable cause to search you and your property, write you citations, or even to arrest you. In this case, the officer asked the driver if he could search the vehicle based on the driver's answer to being previously stopped for paraphernalia. This driver's statement, previous arrest record or history, does not provide probable cause for the officer to search the driver or the vehicle, nor does it provide probable cause to call in a canine unit. When police ask to search your vehicle, you being innocent or not, your answer should always be, no. The officers may break or damage your property. Or worse, plant evidence on you.
A few months ago,
Yeah.
for possession of paraphernalia.
Paraphernalia. So the question I do have to ask, would you allow me to search your vehicle?
I mean, yes, but do we really have to go that route?
I'm asking you, so it's up to you. So you tell me yes or no. You have the choice. That's why I'm asking you.
And if it's a choice, then I would choose no.
Okay, so this is what we're going to do. I'm going to have you step out. Okay, keep your hands out of your pockets. All right, you can go to my partner over here. You can leave all your stuff there. Can you check to see if K9 2 or 6 is available? Nothing that I can see that affords me probable cause. So what we're going to do is we're going to call for K9 and wait for them to get out here.
The officer even openly admitted that he has nothing to afford him probable cause, so he has no legal right to search the driver, his vehicle, or even to call in a canine unit. Simply invoking your Fourth Amendment right does not afford the officer probable cause to search or call in a canine unit. Supreme Court has ruled that cops can't continue to hold a suspect without probable cause, even for the few minutes they might need to wait for a drug-sniffing dog to show up.
Did they always search your car when you say, please don't? Is that like code for yes?
I'm not going to force anybody to search their car. That's not the way the Texas law works.
No, but officers will lie, coerce and threaten you with force if they so choose. They won't in this case because they are being filmed and need to look good on camera.
No, and if I could talk to an animal, I promise you I have another career. It wouldn't be sitting here on the side of 2nd Street and Taylor making you feel like you're forced to do something.
I always wait for the dog, and then they end up searching it.
It's your call. You're an adult. I'm not going to tell an adult what to do.
I don't think it is my call. I think the dog is going to, say yes, like,
The dog has no bias. We don't have a secret code to make that dog say yes. Animals don't work that way.
That's what I...
Wrong. The officer in this case is being disingenuous, and is cop-splaining to provide further propaganda for their PR campaign.
I thought police alerted dogs when they wanted the dog to signal or whatever.
No, that dog has one job, and that is to alert on any possible narcotics, bombs, or weaponry. Okay?
The driver being pulled over knows his facts, but is not doing a very good job advocating for himself. It has been well documented that police canines are reliable at best 50% of the time, and that canine handlers do in fact, directly and indirectly cue their dogs to false alert through visual and audible commands when there are absolutely no drugs present. Even so, all the law enforcement officer has to say is, "The dog alerted," even if it did not, just so they can justify searching you, or your vehicle. The officers are betting on your ignorance to get away with their illegal searches and seizures. Do not be fooled. To learn more about true and false dog alerts, please visit nevergetbusted.com, and their article on police dogs and false alerts, so you can hold law enforcement officers accountable by telling them, you know what false alerts look like. Link in the description.
It doesn't ever make any mistakes.
It doesn't look back at us and say, what do you want me to do?
Actually, that is exactly what canines do when they don't smell drugs and are expecting new commands from their handler. They sit and look at the handler for further instructions, or they continue to wander about aimlessly. Poorly trained handlers mistake the dog's body language as a sign of detection or an alert, when in fact, it is not. This would be considered a false positive.
Alright, no alert.
The canine handler is properly executing the search by not leading the dog, not using visual or audible commands, and is giving the dog space to just let the dog work. As you can clearly see, the dog has no interest in the vehicle whatsoever. This was a properly executed canine air sniff by the handler, despite the officer not having probably cause in the first place to wait for a canine unit to arrive on scene to do so.
So I'm gonna go ahead and complete your paperwork. We'll get you out of here, okay?
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
See?
Wow. That's the first time I...
Proved you wrong, didn't I?
Yes, you did.
The only reason the officers did not say the dog alerted, and they did not search the vehicle, is because they were actively being video recorded. Had they not been video recorded for TV, they probably would have searched the vehicle relying on the driver's naivete of dog alerts. They did not search the vehicle on purpose to provide us, the viewers, with the necessary propaganda to prove that police do not just search vehicles because they say the dog alerted when it did not.
The first time...
Wish I could make you apologize.
I'm sorry. I'll apologize.
Nah, you don't owe me no apology.
Well, I've had bad luck.
But, well, now you're getting to go home because you're honest.
Yes.
But so spread the word. You cooperate and you're honest with the police. Look what happens.
Yeah, that's the first time that's ever happened.
Let it go on record.
The canine did not alert to the vehicle for any type of narcotics or anything of that nature. So simple field release citation. He had a license issue, and get him on back on his way.
The officer stated in the beginning of the stop that he was pulling the driver over for a quote, minor traffic equipment out, end quote, and for going 10 miles per hour under the speed limit in a 40 miles per hour zone. In this case, the officer had no probable cause to pull the driver over in the first place, as the driver was not impeding traffic, nor causing an unsafe situation on the road. Texas Transportation Code 545.363, Minimum Speed Regulations states that an operator may not drive so slowly as to impede the normal and reasonable movement of traffic, except when reduced speed is necessary for safe operation or in compliance with law. The officer clearly did not cite the driver for any equipment malfunction issue, nor did he cite the driver for impeding traffic, and most likely gave the driver a citation for driving without a license. It is then reasonable to suspect that the officer unlawfully pulled the driver over in hopes that the driver had drugs or money that the officer could seize to fund their law enforcement operations through civil asset forfeiture. There are no standardized techniques for training police canines, or for training the trainers or handlers. Police departments do their own training, to their own standards. So what does it mean to be properly trained? Supreme Court ruled that if the police department say their dog is trained, that is assumed to be true unless there is evidence to the contrary. Supreme Court has also ruled that a court can presume a dog's alert provides probable cause to search. Now, here are some more examples of true and false alerts.
For the minute, okay?
Yeah. It's a cute dog.
You don't want to be on the wrong end of that dog.
Yeah, I know. What's his indicator if he smells something?
I don't know what he does. Some are passive, some are aggressive.
Okay.
Funny how he's real interested in your car, huh?
Why is that funny? I don't understand why he's being a jerk to me.
I don't. Listen, I was focused on him.
I get.
Let me get over here and help him, okay?
I've not said anything to him. He's being like really a dick to me for no reason. Shocker, all of a sudden there's probable cause to search my car with nothing in it.
The next three examples are what true alerts look like. What the trainer is trying to show us here by running and jumping around, is that the canine will not get distracted by noise, touch, and possibly other things not shown here, like food and dog toys, etc. Also, the trainer only gives audible feedback after the canine has positively alerted. You will see in most false alerts that the handler gives audible cues to the dog, before and during the search, in order to get the dog to false alert.
Good boy. Nice. Oh, nice.
You will also see here that the trainer does not reward the canine until she effectively tests the canine's senses and reactions to audible and visual distractions.
Wow. Good boy. Good. Yeah. Good. Good boy. Good. Good. Good job, buddy. Nice. Good. Ooh. Well done. Good boy.
Law enforcement sometimes gets an idea of who their criminals are in their particular city. They will motivate their dog or cue their dog to alert when there's absolutely nothing there.
Hey, come here. Maverick, search. And then they get to a point where they want the dog to sit at the back of the vehicle. And they go, what do you got? What do you got? The dog sits. Very easy.
The dog never smelt the narcotics. The dog never sniffed the car. And now, of course, you can say, my dog alerted on your car, and then they go, that's enough for us, and they go inside the vehicle.
Thanks for watching. I hope this video has ignited a spark of truth and courage within you so that you will be empowered to face tyrants when they cross your path. See you in the next edition of Blue, and God bless.
That's the sound of the police. That's the sound of the beast. That's the sound of the police. That's the sound of the